Yo, ladies and gentlemen, today, as I mentioned in my previous video in the right upper corner in the Valkyrie build, I will be showing my unethical build, if you will, with revolving around a low life. So this is just going to be a tier 16 Stone Citadel showcase, and then I'm going to show you the unique map that is nothing but bosses, 10 bosses in a row, 10 waves, and it is ridiculous. It's hilarious. There is nothing that this build cannot do. It's really wild. But anyways, let's just fast forward a little bit. I mean, lightning spear, clearing the whole screen. Yes, as we know. Now, this will be... You will need 3 or 2 items for this build. And also, if you're using 1 jewel, which is not really needed, but it will definitely help. Now, this one theme, if you will, or goal, with this headpiece, specifically... You will be getting, you can get up to 400% damage increase, and that is just ridiculous through 1 item. And this is also applicable on any build in the game, which probably will end up being meta anyway, like in the long run, that everyone will play that in the end game. But anyways, I am speccing in strong boxes and rogue exiles. Strong boxes are nothing that great so far. All the end game stuff on the Atlas does not look that great. Except exiles. Exiles look quite alright, so my plan is to do exiles with rituals and whatnot because they can respawn there. Now I'm leveling a second character now, and I had 3 rogue exiles in Act 1 per zone. I mean Act 1, yeah, Act 1 crew, which is pretty crazy. So Atlas does carry over to campaign, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we are. I'm speccing into crit. This is a crit chance, crit damage build on a ritualist. Anyone who says that you can do it only on Amazon is wrong. You can do it in Ritualist, and it is literally absolutely insane. Let me fast forward here to our beloved Doriani. Ritual Sacrifice, I will show you a little tech how to get it over a minute as a buff, because it's insane. If it's over a minute, it is worth it. Before that, not really. If it's like base with 28 seconds, not that great, but over a minute, that's pretty good. Now here, I'm waiting for the buff to fall off, because I don't want to make this too easy, but eventually it doesn't matter. So we're using Orb of Storm here, pre-boss, to get rage stacks. You can use anything. I know Spearfield is good. You can use Stormlance. That's also used as a more single target, but first phase Doriani. I hate when you heavy stun, there is a... You cannot get him off after below half HP because he phases. I hate heavy stun because every time the enemies are getting knocked back and you are basically losing your window with DPS. I hate it. Why are they doing it like that? It's a little anti-melee mechanic. That's crazy. Second phase here, dropping Orb of Storm, and you can do conductivity as well, and it's 2 rotations. What we do here is I apply shock with lightning spear, because Primal Strikes does each shock debuff to deal damage. So I did 1 lightning spear, 1 Primal Strikes, second lightning spear, second Primal Strikes, and the boss is gone. Wild. And mind you, I have +3 boss difficulty in Atlas. I'm still missing 1. I don't know where to get it. So yeah, this is almost like the hardest you can do on the bosses itself. So yeah. But now we got the unique map with bosses. This was a tier 15. I couldn't make it tier 16. I don't think the mods from towers actually affect these towers. But this was my first map, by the way. And I did not get my book from here. I got scammed. So what you gotta do is just search for these moonstones. These rune stones, you need to click on them. They will proc, and you know the area will be a bit different as well. I really like this mod from Ritual Sacrifice, extra energy shield. Big fan of that, big fan. Let me fast forward here. And here we go with the bosses. Again, we drop Orb of Storms to get the rage stacks and whatnot, get the Font of Mana as well, the mana regen. You could also get the health regen if you have that. I am also using Trinity, but more about it later. To explain some stuff that a lot of people seem to be missing. People think of Trinity as the same as PvE1. No, it's not. I'll show you though. So 10 waves of bosses. Sometimes I even one-shot them with Spear. And look at that. It's like a half HP going with Spear to apply shock Primal Strikes. This is ridiculous. This is like a rare mob, man. Even worse than that. Second boss, boom, instant. Explosion. Be careful with explosions from some of the bosses though. And this is random spawn of bosses. I did get 8 later as well. I didn't expect this, man. Going into this map for the first time, I did not expect this. I'm a big fan of this map though. The visuals and everything looks amazing. Big fan, big fan. And also only one rare mode from Ritual Sacrifice. Again, I didn't want to make it overkill, but as you can see, it doesn't matter at all. I'm still missing a lot of damage, a lot of gear. My gear is not the best. I can get definitely better rings. So I started using a Hand of the Wisdom. Hand of the Wisdom, I started using it for the attack speed from Dexterity. This is 8, so be careful with this one. But the Hand of the Wisdom for stacking Dexterity, attack speed, I needed that. And then extra bonus fit lightning damage, of course. And for that, you need Intelligence on gear, namely on the rings. And Amulet, because Ingenuity buffs both rings, and Ritualist can buff all rings plus Amulet. So there is so much damage I can get on this build as well. But is that needed? As you can see, I don't think so. I wish I could show you some Pinnacle boss, but I'm a poor fella. I don't have keys for those bosses. So I need to start farming Breach to get Breach Stones at least. This is the last boss. Last wave always spawns 2 bosses. God damn. I mean, god damn. Do you see that? No book at all. I got scammed, dude. I got scammed. I was supposed to get the Atlas book. But this is some loot as well. I got nothing from these. So once again, fellow gamers, I do have a planner in the on Mobalytics. I will have the link in the description with everything written out as well. And then Path of Building, same story. The code will be on Mobalytics on the right side, so you can take a look. But right now, I will take you to the game and we will talk about the good stuff, okay? So, we got the skill gems in here. First up, Ritual Sacrifice. Let me cover that first. Ritual Sacrifice, how to make it over a minute. So, we go put a Persistence gem in here to get more duration. And we cannot set it to weapon set 2. We have to do it manually because they still didn't fix that. But as you can see, my duration goes from 28 seconds to 65.5, which is insane. How do we achieve that? On weapon set 2, I am running this shield with more effect duration, 50%. And for weapon set 2, all this green line is the weapon set 2. So you are gonna get, you want to get all of these skill effect durations increase. So this assault, we want to get multitasking, which is also cooldown reduction, pretty good. Up top we get lasting toxins for more duration, and here we get lingering for more duration. We have 24 points for weapon sets, so sadly we cannot reach the big one up top. But you can anoint that if you want, but I like fear damage on the anoint. So that's how you get massive Ritual Sacrifice. As you can see. Oh, it doesn't work. It have to be in the map, but yeah. Back to skill gems. Unbreakable stun threshold, because sometimes you are locked in animation with Ritual Sacrifice. So be careful about that. You can die in that. That's why we kind of like to get stacked at evasion. And stun threshold is good, so you won't get interrupted. Wind wave to stun enemies if they really hit you. And then Ingenuity for cooldown reduction. Lightning Spear, this is our AoE clear, and on single target we only use this to proc shock because it has increased shock chance, as you can see in here. So it's very easy to apply. So Lightning Infusion for some damage. We got Vault. Vault makes it so you need to move for this, because for every Vault you get extra damage. So you need to move with this bad boy. Innervate to get more lightning damage if you kill shocked enemy. 35% is insane. Fork is insane as well. It basically zaps between enemies. Very good for clearing. Get this as well. I don't even have a 6-link here. Last one would be probably Retreat. Retreat gives you multiplicative damage, which is not needed if you use a melee skill. So we have Primal Strikes. We use it as a melee, and then with this, so it's got single target damage will be even higher. On the Primal Strike, this is the big damage for single target, because on the last hit, it spawns spirits, but it needs to eat shock, right? Consumes a shock on a hit. It also applies lightning exposure. So we have best of both worlds for a lightning build, right? Shock here, exposure here. But we get Primal Armament. I tried to put everything multiplicative, which is more on the skill. So we got Primal Armament, Concentrated Effect. We got Elemental Focus, because this doesn't apply any elements. We got more melee damage with Pursuit. Well, you trigger this one through using one approach attack, which is Lightning Spear, just like Retreat, and Close Combat. More attack damage. Ridiculous. Now, one thing to keep in mind, don't be too clinged up on the DPS stat sheet. Too many people rely on that. A lot of the things don't even display here correctly or at all. For example, this one doesn't display at all, as you can see damage, right? Same thing, this one. So this is 50% multiplicative damage not showing here, so gotta keep that in mind. Now, Barrage here is to buff our Lightning Spear. This will basically copy your Lightning Spear. So we got Premeditation for more damage and a new support gem inhibitor. So we make it the additional Frenzy Charge or any Frenzy Charge will not be consumed by Barrage, but we keep it for Lightning Spear. So how can you get Frenzy Charge on this build? Because I don't run any of the Combat Frenzy and stuff. So we can get this charm here, but you need to take lightning damage for this one. Or there is a new skill gem, new attack skill, which is called Call the Weak. When you lower enemies on low enough HP, they will be highlighted, and using this skill on them will kill them and give you Frenzy Charge. So very easy to get Frenzy Charges early on. If you start struggling with damage, get this one. Replace it with Orb of Storms, and you're good to go. I'll mention it in the video, in the guide. Next up, Conductivity to lower resistances on the targets. This is not even needed, as you can see. It's just ridiculous, but why not? Inspiration for less cost. Arcane Tempo for faster cast. Right now it's 0.47. And Focus Curse, so it procs more often. Faster, I mean. Next up is Orb of Storm for mana regen, the rage generation, and more AoE. So it covers a bit more ground. That's your opener. Now, both of these are set to weapons at 2, because weapons at 2 has increased duration. As you can see, this orb lasts for 24 seconds compared to the normal, how much is it? 24? Excuse me, 10 seconds? That's just insane, right? That's just insane. Same for the curse. It lasts for 16 seconds from 7 seconds, so it's more than halved. Good stuff. I can recommend. Herald of Thunder for AoE clear, just precision here. Nothing else needed here, honestly. You don't even need Herald of Thunder for a Lightning Spear, but we do get these passives that give you 50% damage, which is insane, on top of 24 here. Trinity. Let's talk about Trinity. Some people don't understand this thing. So when you're in combat, you will see a circle in the left corner. It has 3 elements: lightning, fire, and cold. With lightning, this setup, we only proc lightning. But a lot of people think that it doesn't give you anything unless you proc all 3 elements, which is false. You need to proc, even with 1 element, you will still get the damage. So there is 100 max resonance, and for 50 resonance, I am getting 15% more elemental damage. That's multiplicative. So it procs twice because we have 100 resonance. That's 30% multiplier elemental damage. For a spirit aura, I mean, sure, it's 100 spirit, but hey, you just need to get spirit on chest piece and amulet, and you can run that. I know people are running companion, but I used to run companion as well. You can still do companion if you want to, because you can get hasted aura. You can get temporal bubble, which is amazing for like when there is huge density. You can get all damage shocks from a hat. And you can also make it instant revived with if it dies, because they are pretty squishy. These 2 points make it so it's instant revived. But yeah, I like Trinity. This is a triple element. Another reason why I like this is we put these support gems in here. Hold Fire, Lightning Mastery. As you can see, mine is level 30. So another reason why what I like about this one is we are using this Sunsplinter buckler. As you can see, it does add a lot of skills on this bad boy, but it also gives us max resistance. And some of you may know this, but this is the best defense layer in this game. Max resistance, just hands down, is absolutely goated. You know, Kitzawa, that's why Smith of Kitzawa is so tanky, because it can reach 90% easily. Right now, I'm at 77, 76, 78, so this can definitely get higher if I searched for a better one. I think this is pretty cheap as well. A couple Exiles, actually. Not a lot of people are aware of that. It's kind of crazy. So take that as an advantage for you right now. Ghost Dance to get more energy shield, which scales from evasion. We want fast forward, so there is less gap, so it procs more often, if you will. Right here. And Wind Dancer, more evasion. Somebody said untouchable works on this one, but this works based on attack time, and there is no attack time here, so I don't know. I haven't tested it really. Onto the passives, Ascendancy. Obviously, we want to get the +1 ring slot, and this bad boy, which increases bonuses of... This is Baby Ingenuity. This is actually better than Ingenuity, because this increases the effect of all 3 rings and amulet. So that's just wild. And then it's up to you. You can use Ritual Sacrifice if you want to. You don't have to. You can use Charm slots. There are pretty huge buffs to Charms after the weekend. So I think Ritualist then is gonna go really up. Now they're gonna introduce a Ascendancy reset as well. Switch, respec. And you will see a lot of people swap from Amazon to Ritualist 100%. You can also get like this region is pretty good. There is a little tech with certain gloves you might see me use maybe soon. So we'll see about that. We'll see. But yeah, I like the movement speed here. Right now I am at 44% movement speed and I'm still missing 5% on the boots. So I can reach almost 50%. And that is without any jewels with movement speed, right? Because I use movement speed here and here. Let's talk about the other passive skills, right? So, all right. Should we go over the low life stuff? I'll just show the crit stuff, okay? The crit stuff, by the way, is because of this weapon. This weapon's crit is insane. I don't even have good roll. This goes up to 20%. I have a mid roll on the crit right here, so almost, so it can be better, right? But I was looking for corrupted piece with lightning flat. So we want to get the cooked here for big crit damage. I did drop a lot of defense. I did have more energy shield and whatnot. Right now I'm at like 500 here, pretty good life, and like 60% evasion. Nothing too crazy, could be better, but it's okay. I haven't had a problem at all. I mean, you could have seen it in the footage. So here, first movement speeds, some damage. Here's evasion and movement speed. We want to go for the spear skills here. Damage, accuracy, crit damage, big stuff. I got acceleration for movement speed and skill speed. Up top, herald stuff, big damage. Here, flat crit, very important, get it. Here I get dexterity and evasion. Up top, the best damage is Wildstorm for max lightning damage. And this one is very good too. This crit chance against enemies with lightning exposure. We get lightning exposure from primal strikes. This crit chance is not showed in the stat sheet, but it's still very good, like very good. And we want some penetration too, very important as well, actually. And on the monk side here, we want to get all the crit chance and crit damage stuff here, and also the damage dealt when you deal crit, which is the same as here. So that's quite insane. That's like what, 66% when you deal crit damage increase. I like to get some extra defensives here, the evasion and energy shields, movement speed again with regen and main stats, attack speed. Now this is the weapon set 2, the green line. I talked about it. And on the weapon set 1, we want to focus on something called low life. I will explain why this build is so cracked compared to my before builds. You can apply this to any build. So this headpiece makes enemies in your presence low life. Obviously, we get reduced presence area effect here, which is not good. This is a minus on the headpiece. How do we counter this? You can get this new talisman that gives you 20% increased presence area. So this becomes minus 50 to becomes minus 30 instead. And then you can further counter this on a jewel or jewels. As you can see, I have 22% here, presence area, which makes this headpiece immediately like minus 18%, if my math is correct. And then I have a second one, which is over here, and it's 24%. So I'm actually increasing my presence a bit more. My presence or area effect is actually bigger through this headpiece right now. I'm at like plus 15, 14%, even with this reduction. That's pretty good. Do you need this effect presence though? I don't think you do. We're all about the damage, so eventually, if you can get great damage instead of this presence, top notch, right? Get that. Just damage will be much better. But yes, it's pretty good still. So we got this headpiece with low life. The big stuff happens right now on the weapon set 1. Just read through this. All right, so enemies with low life, which is everyone, even with full HP, your damage with hits is lucky. Lucky means that it rolls twice and it chooses the better result in terms of like damage, which is insane damage boost. And the finishing blows, again, 60% damage increase against enemies with low life, and you have more stun build-ups. Stun build-up with this build is ridiculous. You could see it on the bosses too, so if they survive. 60% damage here. All these small nodes give you 30%. 30%, man. That's 2, 4, 6. That's 180% on top of 60%, 240%, right? We don't stop there though. There is this passive too with 120%. That's 360% increased damage. Permanently. Like, what? But we don't stop there. There are these 2 small nodes and they're 60%, bro. That's 420%, 420% increased damage. I cannot stress this enough. Are you wondering how am I able to allocate passives here? If you get this jewel from nothing, that lets you allocate passives around this unwavering stance, you can choose all three. All three. You cannot get Bulwark, it doesn't reach there. This jewel, when I bought it, was 5 divines, I believe. I don't know what the price is at right now. I was very lucky with drops. I had 2 divine orbs drops in one day and 2 perfect jeweler orbs in one day. So, holy, that's pretty wild, right? So that's how you can reach it. Do you need this jewel? Do you need these passives? You do not need these passives at all. You can also play a life regen build here, because not only we get Ascendancy here, which is actually pretty good, but with this jewel you can reach some pretty disgusting life regen. Like, these nodes are wild. I did this on my Thunder Infernalist and I had over 1,000 life per second regen, so wild. You can get some stun threshold if you want, and strength and whatnot. Some other stuff not really good, but yeah, that's how we do the life stuff, the low life. Onto this gear, again, crit chance spear, very good. Helps you with mana sustain too, because your skills cost some life. That's not too bad. The rings here, what you want to search for is flat damage. Triple flat damage like here will be amazing. I need to replace it though, because it's this one is good. So triple flat damage, intelligence, or any main stat like dexterity could be good, and then resistances, obviously. I recommend intelligence though, because we are using Hand of the Wisdom. I mainly use this for attack speed because I felt like it was pretty slow, dropping Dance with Death, but extra lightning damage, why not? Very cheap, by the way. They're like 2 divines now. I would say they're cheap compared to last league. Another affix to look for is lightning damage here on the rings, very good too. I get some life for more tankiness. I don't really like to go full glass gun and whatnot, even though I dropped some. This ring, you want to search for breach rings because their quality goes to 40%, so definitely. But they are super hard because they don't even drop, man. It's really hard to get them. An amulet here, big life, what I like to focus on. I would like to get some energy shield as well, instead of the flat life maybe, or percentage. But with the spirit, it's kind of hard to land both. Res, main stats, I would like to get more main stats, but that's okay. I might put attributes catalyst on this actually to get more intelligence maybe. Chest piece, spirit as well. I got the life, double rest, stun threshold. And evasion energy shield, not too bad on this one. Could be higher, I guess. I wish I could corrupt it and would go 3 sockets. The belt ingenuity here. This used to go for very cheap. I don't know the prices now, but get it while you can because the charms will get buffed. On the boots, movement speed, life again, some mana, not too bad. I would prefer evasion energy shield, but it's okay. Double res, life regen. I'm at like, what, 12? Oh, this is the only life regen I have. The buckler I already showed you. This for Trinity and also max rest for tankiness. On the potion, these are good mods, or this one is good too, per second. The charms here are not that important, nothing too crazy. Immunity to stun, why not? That's pretty good actually. This is flex, so you can do whatever you want. And offhand weapons at 2, again the shield for duration. And rotation, once again, you drop Orb of Storm, you drop the Curse, and then 1 Lightning Spear into Primal Strikes, into Lightning Spear, into Primal Strikes, into Lightning Spear, Primal Strikes. You can use Barrage for Lightning Spear, and again, boom, 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 1, 2, 3, because Fallen Strike is 3 attacks, that's it. So this was slower, it's much faster in reality, but it's much slower. And yeah, I think that will be pretty much it. Again, G's and gents, I stream every day on Twitch and YouTube. If you want to stop by, I would greatly appreciate it. But until next time, you guys have a great one. If you have any questions, hit me up. And thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. Peace.